Good evening, I'm Tara Duggan with your Newstalk Evening News Fix. An expert witness has told Savita Halappanavar's inquest that he believes she'd still be alive if her pregnancy had been terminated a day or two before she miscarried. The 31-year-old dentist died from septicemia at Galway University Hospital last October, having been refused an abortion. Former master of the National Maternity Hospital, Dr. Peter Boylan, has said he believed there were deficiencies in her care at the hospital. He pointed to poor note-keeping and a failure to alert medical staff to the 31-year-old's deteriorating condition on the Wednesday morning, hours before she miscarried. Dr. Boylan said Miss Halappanavar would still be alive if her pregnancy had been terminated, but added that would not have been practicable under Irish law, as at that stage there was not a real risk to her life. However, he's of the view that by 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday, she was sick enough to justify a termination. The actual decision wasn't made until that lunchtime. Irish runners who survived the Boston Marathon bombings have arrived home. Over 100 Irish citizens took part in the race and around a dozen of them flew into Dublin Airport this morning. Authorities in the US are still hunting for those responsible for the twin explosions, which killed 3 people, including an 8-year-old boy, and injured around 170 others. These Irish athletes say they're glad to be home.
Incredulous, beyond all comprehension. It's like I said, it must have been a gas explosion in one of the shops, because it's a shop in the street, and I didn't even cross my mind that it could have been something so serious.
Bostonians themselves absolutely are obsessed with their marathon. They embrace it to man, woman and child, and they're out on the streets every way along, and they're so proud of their marathon, and it is just beyond comprehension how a human being can do that to another human being.
A ceremonial funeral service with full military honours has been held for the former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in London. 2,000 people attended the ceremony at St Paul's Cathedral, including Queen Elizabeth, while 4,000 police officers were on duty to ensure that the funeral procession passed off smoothly. Crowds gathered along the route to applaud the cortege. There were pockets of small protests, but no arrests. Soccer, there's 3 games tonight in the Barclays Premier League. Chelsea can move up to 3rd place with a win over Fulham at Craven Cottage. Manchester United, who hold a 15-point lead at the top of the table, travel to West Ham, while 2nd placed Manchester City host Wigan in what will be a dress rehearsal of this season's FA Cup final. And finally, watching an old guy dancing is awesome enough, but then a police officer joins him and things get funky. This seems like it should be a beer commercial, but it's real life, it's in Australia, and it's trending online this evening. I'm Tara Duggan, that's your evening news fix. Now you're up to date on Newstalk.